That's the key to success.
Just keep kicking players until it works, guys.
Yeah. That's the moral of the story, apparently. What do you make of first? I mean, coming in, you've seen the drafts now. You see the odds there. Boom actually, favored. Would you kind of agree at least a little bit that Boom are maybe the upper dogs in this one, or do you think it's maybe a bit more even?
I think this game's totally even. I'm pretty hyped. I also don't see like when we're asked like, oh yeah, what lane do you think we're gonna see the most action in?
The consistent spam against Carl's Puck, who can't really sustain himself against this, so definitely a tough lane for him. He's going for the cookies kill. Carl is... Oh, wow. Carl actually held onto the jaunt. He still gets low. The burn damage over time, he survives on 50 health. Yopaj is looking for it. The Scatter Blast through is not going to be enough. Nicely played by Carl. As top lane, they go in and Zephyr gets a kill onto Skem with the rotation, so T1 bring both supports to the top lane. Heads up play from Carl mid. I feel like Yopaj thought he was going to jaunt away, and he threw the cookies mid, and he just didn't jaunt.
Mind games. Okay,
Down
so
bottom.
we're moving in towards 6 minutes now as well. So we have a lot of movement.
Okay.
He starts to move around the map. So he's just like happy farming. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to farm. I'm going to get my travels, and then I'm going to start moving. I'm going to start doing things. Puck probably feeling maybe a little bit more pressured in that sense.
Down bottom, Cuckoo could be in some trouble. Gets Sprout blocked, and with the Yopaj rotation on the Snapfire, they've still got a Scatter Blast, so Cuckoo is going to get eaten alive by the shotgun. Nice rotation from Yopaj.
Yeah. Oh, and now Yopaj is going to TV straight off.
Yeah. They were looking for more. They've got the kisses too. The banish was used, but they're going on Gabby. Gabby's trying to run, but he needs the Sunder target. He hasn't even leveled the Sunder yet. He jukes into the trees. One more kiss will hit him, but he's not going to go down. The magic stick charges was just enough. Instead, they lose the Shadow Demon and possibly the Mirana as well. So a great rotation from Yopaj. Gets both supports. Get the next.
So much. Yeah.
8-minute rune coming up. Yopaj cookies forward and bottles himself an Invis rune. Nicely played, but now he's being caught up. He's going to break it instantly. Have they got any detection for this one? Drops a sentry. And Carl going to actually join himself forward. The glimpse going onto the support there as he finishes off Yopaj. Nicely done by T1 to get that kill.
Yeah, very dangerous to kick yourself in there. Snap is not the... she can die, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of expected for T1 to be wanting to bring their supports to every power rune. So maybe a little mistake there, but that's okay. They're pressuring top in the meanwhile on Boom. That's like the nice thing about having a Nature's Prophet is that you don't need a card to pressure towers.
We'll look to fight this one, T1. Even though they lost their tower, they've got 4 heroes up here, and they are looking to punish this. The disruption in arrow will land onto FBZ's Mars, so he's definitely dead, and looks like Tim's will get out okay.
Shadow Demon and Mirana together, like this is, you can kill anyone. We've seen it already.
Right.
Every time they go together as a duo, they're just like finding pickoffs.
Boom themselves are smoked up with a couple of heroes headed top, including the Yopaj Snapfire, who does have kisses back up, but both teams for now avoiding one another. Tim's does show mid, and that could be a target for T1 to go on, but doesn't look like it's going to be particularly easy. And they've even rotated Gabby mid, so if they can find some kills or win a fight around here, they've got the Metamorphosis to push and take a tower. Instead, they're going to find Jackie. Wraithking gets banished up. The arrow going to fall up. He has leveled up Reincarnation now, and the TP's coming to the outpost, so they are going to look to make sure they defend him. And with the Disrupted TP into a Static Storm, both these T1 supports are in a world of hurt. TPing in also was Yopaj with the Boots of Travel, and now Cuckoo, he's going to find a way out. He's got a TP. He's been scanned up. Juking through the trees. He does manage to get away from Yopaj. Looks like he should be okay here. Farm. They're behind, perhaps where it counts, which is the Terrorblade against Wraith King. And Terrorblade, speaking of which, has been caught by a glimpse. Gets pulled back into arena. The spear going to go as well as the Static Storm, and Yopaj is there with the TP in. Cuckoo could be next. He's being hit by the Mortimer's Kisses. Full retreat as the Sprout going to lock him in place as well. One more kiss is not going to clip him. The spear is just out of range. Cuckoo glimpse back though. That's going to surely be the death of him. He's got no blink dagger, no mobility, and boom, finding kills wherever they go.
Jewel Wraith King, like we talked about, with Armlet, like this hero's not dying.
There's a regen rune that's being baited here. Rotating in is Zephyr on the Mirana. Gets a nice double stars on to finish off Skem once more. But Yopaj is going to get himself back to safety with the blink out. They have called up FBZ now, and with the kisses raining in, This could be bad for T1 as Cuckoo charges forward the Blade Mail. Doesn't get the jewel off. Nice sprout from Tims. Bails out his buddy there, but Boom have already lost 2, and they do want to re-engage and fight here with Jackie's Wraith King having a Blink Dagger. They think about going forward. Cuckoo, no jewel to play around with just yet, but they may kill off Jackie once. That's the reincarnation. Will they look for another play on him? It doesn't seem like T1 have any interest. They've already got the 2 kills and looking for their next kills, their next plays. They're smoked up around this mid lane. They saw FBZ there earlier. They may catch Tims as well. Whitemon gets vision from above, planting a nice observer ward on the hill, but doesn't look like T1 want to overcommit underneath this tower. Right now, Boom not set up to defend this with 5 heroes, but they could very quickly TP in.
This was a nice play by T1. They are bringing in Gabby to make a move.
They're not done. T1, they get the blink in onto FBZ's Mars. He goes down. Carl even committing the Dream Call. They just want to make sure they get this T1 tower with the Metamorphosis being committed and Gabby having a BKB on his TB. They should be able to get it. And the nice jewel in the backlines. Cuckoo has found one more. Another winner for him. Glimpse back could perhaps punish him, but the disruption save from Whitemon is there, and Gabby now ready to help him out as they go looking for more with Carl's Puck on the front lines.
Static Storm to kind of like disrupt the spell usage, like break up the combo. But it seems a little hard to play into that, I suppose. So yeah, really nice picking up FBZ there at the start of the fight.
Well,
Maz is a huge part of control there for their team, so when he dies, they can just keep going.
Yeah. The response from Boom, though, is to immediately go push the enemy T1 mid tower, knowing that, you know, much like themselves, they don't see T1 set up to defend this. There's no Metamorphosis, there's no Dream Coil, so...
But I think if LC and Shadow Demon are dead, his fight becomes a lot harder, and then it just becomes a game of kiting on Boom.
Here we go, both teams smoked up, and it's going to be the Puck who gets instantly blink, stunned, and speared. That's a dead Puck. He couldn't get the phase shift off in time, and now the kisses come raining down onto Cuckoo. 2 dead on the T1 side, right out of the pause. Boom, they strike fast, they strike hard, but they will lose the Disruptor in the process as Gabby's Terrorblade on the front line still has a BKB to play around. He may be looking to fight with this, but Metamorphosis was committed. He's being rooted up now, has to BKB just to stop himself getting stunned up. And Jackie, he's got no reincarnation. He's in trouble. The TP's on top of him with a Reflect the Cookie down to the low ground, but he's hard committed. Gabby needs to find a Sunder target. If he's not careful, he could be in some trouble here, but looks like he's going to just get himself out of there. Whitemon Shadow Demon getting low as Gabby goes charging forward, gets the Sunder off to start things off on a Tims, and the right click with the Metamorph follows it up to get the kill. Yopaj could be next if he's not careful. He illusion runes, but still gets clipped by the arrow. Oh, Zephyr was there waiting for him and nailed him with that arrow. The sniper in the jungle.
Like just going in and doing it. There's always such a big threat because obviously Boom have like Arena Static Storm, which is very deadly, and then T1 similarly have like Coil. It's not the best because he doesn't have an Ags yet, so if they do have BKBs, then it's kind of okay for them. They don't yet. They're actually smoking up when Wraith King doesn't have his BKB finished, which is a little scary.
They don't want to waste any time. They want to fight now. Legion Commander, though, just finished off his Ag Shard, so there's that extra layer of save to play around. Blink in from the Mars. He didn't connect with the spear on anyone, though, so at this point, Boom kind of revealed their position. The arrow, I think it landed. It hit Jackboy, so he's in a bit of trouble, but does have the double lives to play around. We'll get back to a little bit of safety here as the Arena just being used to deter any further chase here, but they've coiled up too, which means a dead Skem, and they've taken out the first life of the Wraith King as well. The arrow finds him on the respawn, so Jackie is done for with the Cuckoo, with the Jewel Snipe as well, just to make sure he gets some bonus damage along the way. Disruption's there to find Yopaj as well, and there's no TP out for him, so T1 have just found all the kills they need to set themselves up for a free Roche.
Zephyr, God! Sets up the best fight with that arrow onto Wraith King, and it smoked up. He didn't see it. I don't know. He got hit, and then amazing arrow again onto the reincarnation. Like, Wraith King set up the arrow against him, so.
Definitely one of the maybe downsides of the hero at times, and for Boom, yeah, we're maybe just seeing
this Aegis, just cut lanes. FBZ's cutting top, sorry. Tims is pushing in bot. They're just gonna have to try and pressure them out the best they can while this Aegis is up.
Yeah. Definitely a big part of it does just seem like the matchup issue where they picked this Wraith King into TB, partly because there maybe just weren't any great carry options left, but all that thought is down bottom. Puck, Carl actually gets sunned up. The Static Storm follows him, and he's gonna go down here. Got a bit greedy going for the kill on Tims. Cuckoo is coming in with the Moonlight Shadow, and he's looking for Tims here. May find him in just a second. Cuckoo has the jewel, and he's gonna go for it. We'll bring down the Nature's Prophet, but White one once more. Ooh! Almost had the disruption. Ends up accidentally disrupting himself there, but he was so close to catching Jackie.
Let's jump we can.
For T1, they want to fight while they've got this Aegis. The puck may be dead, but has boots of travel, so can rejoin the team pretty quickly here if need be. But they do have to address this top lane that's constantly being pushed in by Nature's Prophet Treants and the Mars as well, clearing out waves. So they'll get the bottom tier 2 tower, but looks like they're going to be forced to come top to defend. But they want kills up here as well. Carl shows himself on the wave, but Cuckoo is in the trees. May find a kill here. Puck goes in forward, gets caught in the Static Storm, but the spear pushes him out. Oh, and he also gets bailed out by the nice press the attack, giving him that temporarily magic immunity. Gets rooted by the Nature's Prophet. That Aghanim Scepter causing some, issues chasing, but it's not really offering any kill threat as T1 do a great job baiting Carl and bailing him out, knowing that the Legion Commander was going to be able to save him with the shard.
Awesome bait. Awesome bait. They really just committed full on to that play. They TP'd so many heroes. They know that Boom are playing sneakily along these side lanes. It's not a matter for Boom of like, oh, Puck showed we have to like back off from top. They don't have that space on the map. They don't see enough heroes to know what's going on. They want to keep playing top, so they try and make that play on Puck thinking is alone, but no, T1 just totally outplayed them. It was a really lovely bait, good play.
Off of that, they poking at the doors of Boom, coming to the tier 3 towers up top. They've taken all outer towers now, so next objective is going to be the high ground. And we'll see if Boom have the tools to defend this one. They haven't got much left on the Aegis, just the 50 seconds though, so if they can delay this just enough, they may be able to find an opening to jump in and go on Gabby. Nice Manta to dodge the stun here, but he's not done. He's just going to keep on pushing, keep on chipping at this tier 3 tower, while Nature's Prophet does a little bit of work cutting some waves. Arrow is going to land on Jackie here, but he's being ignored. Smoke behind.
Just cut the wave.
Boom. They're making a move. They want the back line. But Cuckoo scouts it out on the Legion Commander, and now instead it's going to be FBZ catching out the Mirana. And it looks like that will be a dead Zephyr here, but he pops the pipe. He's surviving a bit longer. Almost gets another leap out of there. He will end up going down, but the TB just took melee racks. Nothing defending top, and boom. They may have killed the Mirana, but they lost Skem in the process, and... Oh, hold that thought, bottom lane. Carl, we've seen this one before. It's the puck. Carl getting a little bit too over-eager with some of his aggression.
Maybe if... Mars has so many others to get.
Got the duel onto FBZ. He is very, very dead. Mortimer's just not going to crack it here in terms of the damage output, and Jackie is just losing the battle against this Terrorblade. There's no Metamorphosis, but Gabby doesn't seem to have a problem with that because he's just going to BKB TP out. Good job take these greedy core players.
I do respect FBZ going Yules on Mars this game. I think it's really helped them kill the puck. Really nice idea.
Yep. Well, speaking of that puck, they found Skem, and Skem knows it. He was just throwing his life to D-Ward, but they're not done. They've also caught FBZ here, and without a BKB, another dual kill going the way of T1. Cuckoo up to plus 140 now. Oh boy.
Yeah, yep. It might just be the fact that... they picked it seeing the mid matchup, right? The fight's about to break out. I'm kind of...
Yeah, don't worry. You got some time. You got some time.
Oh, I'm scared.
They want to contest this Roshan. Puck finds the backline support, so gets the Droom Coil out onto one. It didn't hit the Disruptor and the Yule Scepter, and he's going to be in the Static Storm himself. Gets bursted down on the Shadow Demon. They've killed off the support. Both sides trying to see what they can find here as the Wraith King's lost his first life, and that TB just eats him alive with the dual kill as well. Going Cuckoo's way, plus 170 now. Now it looks like T1 aren't done. They're still hunting, looking for more. They committed the Metamorph, so they want to fight right now. They still have a little window where they can fight with that one. But it doesn't look like they're going to find anything else, so maybe they just go for the Roshan here. All right, yeah, I think you've got a moment now. Yopaj Snapfire. Why is this not the same Yopaj Snapfire from yesterday?
Mings on T1. They had Witchblade on Puck. They had their supports were getting levels. They had Ult and Shadow Demon, and they were able to just kind of get these pickoffs and start taking good fights. And when those started happening, it kind of slowed down Boom's momentum. And this whole time, Gabby was just power farming.
Yeah. And Gabby has become the big late game problem here. Static Storm comes out, but Puck blinks his way out of that one from the phase shift, so looks like T1 with the dead Wraith King are going to get themselves a second lane of racks without much of a fight. And we'll see if there's a response from Boom to defend this bottom lane or not, because I don't think T1 are done. They've still got this Aegis in hand on Gabby.
Yeah, I just felt like when TB got his BKB, Snapfire no longer really outputs damage onto him, and with the amount of save they have, it felt like they had no real way to deal with it.
Gabby just sitting on the high ground. Meanwhile, Yopaj, yeah, he's, well, caught in the back lines. Completely in no man's land, getting tipped up here as Carl tries to finish off the Wraith King on his first life. Unsuccessful, but what really matters perhaps is the base going down. Mega Creep's about to be picked up as Carl just zones him away, keeps him in the fountain, keeps him away from Gabby, who is just having a flawless game on this Terrorblade, it feels like. Mega Creeps are picked up, and it just doesn't feel like there's much Boom can do anymore.
Oh, Gabby's so strong.
Well, if there were any doubts about the T1 pickup bringing Gabby into the team, I think he's answered a few of them today with his TP as well as yesterday with his PA, but his work's not done here. He's going to fight and deal with Jackie once more. The two new carry players juking it out here in the mid lane, and Boom Esports will be bested in game number 1. They GG out of this. As T1, they strike first, Sheepo, and it was pretty convincing in the end in some ways. Like, the early game was looking good for Boom with some of their early aggression, particularly around the early game power of the Snapfire, but